Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new, welcome. Get you some libations, sit back, and we're going to have a chat about some things. If you are returning, then welcome back. Before we get started, let me get these church announcements out the way, which I say every time on the beginning of my video. I would like for you to like, comment, and subscribe, and most importantly is to share. And if you don't have those notification buttons on, please turn them on so you'll know exactly when I'm dropping a new video. So y'all, this is gonna be a story time. So I stopped at my local dollar store. I ain't gonna say the name because, you know, YouTube be tripping about certain stuff. So I stopped at my local little dollar store to get me some snacks right out for work. It's hot. I'm sweaty. I just got out for work. And excuse me, I walk in and I was looking for, you know, my little snacks and stuff, and I took my shirt, you know, and I was pulling my shirt down. So this man walks up and he goes, "Oh, it's too late. It's too late. I just saw it now." So I assumed that he was talking about my butt, I guess. I have no idea clue what he was talking about. So I turned around and gave him, you know, one of them corny smiles like, that was funny. And I turned back around, you know, what I was looking for. So he goes, "Oh, can I have a number to go with that pretty smile?" I said, "I'm sorry, sir, I'm not available." Now, let me break that down. You can say that you are unavailable even when you're single, okay? Because you don't have to be available for everybody. When I say I'm unavailable, yeah, I'm unavailable, even though like I'm not in a relationship. Yeah, I'm unavailable. I'm unavailable for liars. I'm unavailable for cheaters. I'm unavailable for manipulative. I'm unavailable for all of the above of the negativity. And I'm mostly unavailable for coon activities. What's coon activities? I'll explain later. So he looks me up and down and he says, "Well, there's no ring on your finger, so until there's a ring on your finger, everybody is available." I said, "Well, I don't believe so, sir." I says, "If you're in a loving, committed relationship with someone and you are both heading toward a goal, then, you know, you're not available for anybody else because you don't have any room for anybody else." Child, this man had the gall, the audacity, I mean the unadulterated gall to say, "Ah, well, maybe I need to get rid of the B I'm with." Y'all know what he said, but I'm keeping my channel clean. "And start investing in serious women like you." I said, and I walked out without saying anything else. Child, it's this truck behind me looking like Mad Max in the Thunderdome, and I'm trying to keep my composure because it's too early for this. Okay, but anyway, I digress. So I just got my belongings. I started walking out to my car. Nothing else needed to be said. So then he runs out to the car to where I was at, because I usually park kind of close so he could see me when he come out. So he runs out back to the car and he goes, "You know doggone well," not the D that he used, "if I hadn't told you I was living with somebody, that you would have gave me them digits." And I'm like, I got in my car and I pulled off like Jeff Gordon in the Indy 500, okay? Because if I had stood there and gave him another rebuttal to the more, to that tomfoolery that he just spitted out his mouth, then he would have sat there and completely thought, oh yeah, that he had me, or that you know, he was on his way of convincing me. Y'all, if nothing else, niggas gonna nig. They are. So I get in my car and I pulled off, and I can see him standing there in the rearview mirror looking like, you know, confused and bewildered, like somebody just smacked his dog. And I'm like, okay. And I completely just laughed all the way home, because I'm thinking to myself, what about that whole conversation was appealing? I mean, like, what was it? So first of all, you're telling me that you're with someone, and then you're calling her out of her name, which means you are disrespectful. Then on top of that, you let me know you're with someone. So number two, you're a cheater. So what makes me think that all it's gonna take is a big butt and a smile, as you know, that song used to say, for you to not want for you to like be out there talking to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? It's like, ladies, we do not, under any circumstances, have to sit there and put up with anything. The best thing in life that you can do is have standards, even if you are single. You do not have to engage. You do not have to put up with. You do not have to be nice with. The simple fact of the matter is, the time that we live in, these men out here are completely thinking that it does not take much to get a woman. They're thinking in their mind it does not take much. Why? Because whatever they are using has worked on somebody. That is the reason why they continue to use this tomfoolery, because it didn't work on somebody before. But then when they run into a woman that it don't work on, there got to be something wrong with us. No, sir. There's nothing wrong with me, because I didn't fall in that trap, and I didn't participate with you in coon activities, as my youngest son would say. I didn't participate in none of that, so there's nothing wrong with me. Why? Because I have standards. I have the ability to say to myself, self, is this something you really want to do? No? Okay, let's get out of here. Because if I had to sit there and continuously listen to what he had to say and entertain that BS, he would have thought that he had a chance. He would have thought he was winning me over. You know, he would have thought, oh, as long as he can keep my attention, he was going to be looking for signs up in there somewhere that I was going to be like, well, maybe. No, I am too grown and well seasoned in this era to be sitting up there not being able to see through the game that you're trying to pull. And let me tell y'all another thing, tell y'all something to piggyback back on my last video. I'm going to need y'all men to stop thinking that just because we full-figure gals out here that we have low self-esteem, that we are desperate for love, and that we're going to put up with anything just to say that we got a man. Because a lot of men out here have that mentality when they see a full-figure woman. Now, was that what was he thinking? I don't know. But that's just something that overcooks my grits all the time. Just because the woman is full figured, people are out here thinking that you're desperate for a man. Never are we desperate for a man. Never are, we're hard up to get attention. Because there's a lot of full figure women out here that get a lot of attention. The weight has nothing to do with how you carry yourself. The weight has nothing to do with how you dress or how you put yourself together and how you present yourself. That, ladies and gents, has a lot to do with confidence. You believe, they believe. So when you wake up in the morning, that's what the key thing is. The key thing is confidence. I love myself enough to know that what I want out of a relationship. I love myself enough to know exactly what I'm worth. I had someone had asked me recently, we were having a conversation, and I told them, I said, yeah, I know my worth. I already know. And he said, well, what's that? I think that's how the conversation went. And I said, well, let's just say, instead of asking me what I bring to the table, I just specifically tell people, I am the table. Boom. Because I am. And that's not being cocky. That's not being overconfident. That's not being arrogant. That's not being anything. That's being truthful. I can say those words and still be confident to know that I can bag it up and I'm not throwing it in anybody's face. I'm not being arrogant with it. I'm still being me, but I do know my self-worth. Instead of saying, well, what do you bring to the table? Nothing, because I am the table. So I don't have to bring anything because I am the table. And with us being women, we have to have that mentality and stop putting up with things just because we want to be nice. We don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. We don't want to seem this way or that way. Who cares? Child, sitting around worried about what people think about you is going to shorten up your emotional life. Because you're so busy worried about what people think about you, you can't live yours to the fullest. No, don't do that. Because in that small conversation we're having with that man, which was a one-way conversation, I had already knew from the beginning when he made that little comment about, oh, you ain't got to cover it up, I done seen it already. That was a no. But I said what I said. In my mind, thinking about, okay, when I say this, then he's going to automatically just say, I was giving the benefit of the doubt. Because I was like, when I was telling him about my, remarks about being in a loving, committed relationship, that he was going to be like, oh, okay, well, have a nice day, go about your business. Now, he had a point to prove. Especially when he made the statement about people having rings on their finger. And that's another statement that gets me, because people are saying, unless there's a marriage, everybody's still single. No, they're not, because I could be working towards something with someone. I could be with someone because I see the potential that they have to be in a wonderful relationship. So no, that's not, in my opinion, because I'm not saying law, set in stone, y'all, nothing is law. But in my opinion, when you're in a relationship with someone, y'all growing together and nurturing each other, and y'all share the same vision and goals, and y'all backing each other up to reach them. No, I'm not single. I'm not single at all. I'm not available at all. I am not. And this happens more often to the ladies, as much more. I mean, it does happen to men, but this happens to the ladies a lot more than it happens to the men. When you have men out here that's looking at women as a target, or looking at women as like, oh, well, all I gotta say is this, and I'm gonna get it because it worked the last time, and all I gotta say is that, to turn her head because it worked the last time. Worked the last time on who, sir? So whoever it worked on, I'm gonna need you to go back to there and do that again so it can work on them, because this show ain't moving over here at all. And I kind of feel like he did decide to say something, because I am full figure, you can clearly see. But I have no problem with being full figure. That's not the issue. Me being full figure is not the issue. I don't have a problem with that. Like I said, I love myself. But I feel like in and I could be wrong because I don't know the man personally, but I really feel like in my mind, that's one of the things that he probably thought. Like, okay, she full figure, but she kind of cute in the face. Let me tell her something to see what I can get. That was his whole posture. That was his whole demeanor. That was his whole, you know, I don't know, vibe that he was giving off. And I'm like, ugh. Like, I don't know about y'all, but I like being approached a certain way. I do not, those corny come on lines, those over sexual tones is not appealing to me. I think those are the worst come on pickup lines that you could ever have. I just think that they're really crazy. So I mean, like, yeah, not appealing at all. I like to be approached a certain way. I like to be talked to a certain way. And if you veer outside of that box, then nothing else for us to talk about. Nothing else for us to talk about at all. I'm just going to keep it moving. Because I have no issue with being by myself. I have no issue with being alone. Yes, I'm alone, but I'm not lonely. Yes, I'm single, but not desperate. And I am very comfortable and content of where I am in my space, in my emotional life, in my physical life. I am very content and comfortable and joyous about where I am. So no, I'm not out here, you know, sucking up every twisted compliment that a man gives me, because some of those compliments are not genuine. They're not from the heart. They're not saying I'm going to give you a compliment because you're a compliment, because I just want to give you a compliment. I compliment myself. So I hope y'all enjoyed this story time. It was kind of a short one. A lot of my videos are short, but it's just straight short, right to the point, because I want to tell y'all exactly what's happening and what's going on. So if you guys have any other topics that you'd like for me to talk about, discuss, leave me a comment below. Also, leave me a comment of what was the corniest pickup line you have ever heard, men and women. This should be like really, really good. Like, what was the corniest pickup line that you heard or was used on you, or somebody even told you? I have got to hear this, guys. I have got to. I know this is going to make my day. So until then, guys, stay loved, stay blessed, and remember, you are important. You are awesome the way you are. You are incredible just because you are incredible. So until next time, guys, I will talk to you later when you come back to Carpool Confessions.